While I'm out here working on Foxy, I figured this would be the perfect time for me to come over here and talk about what we're missing, what we need, and what it's gonna take to get Foxy started. Let's jump right into it. God is everything. Without God, I'm nothing. What I'm diving into right now is this wiring coming out of the car. I did a little post on Facebook and I said, hey guys, what wires do I need? Which wires don't I need? And they said it was 2 plugs. I think they said 2 plugs. I'm gonna have to go back to that Facebook post and look. But I think they said it was 2 plugs that I need. That is basically all I need to cut out for the AC, and now the rest of it can go. So I'm trying to go in now and identify these 2 plugs that they talking about. And once I find them, we're gonna cut all the rest of this out. We're gonna track those 2 wires down, try to isolate them from the harness, and we just gonna snip, snip, snip. Y'all give me 1 second. Let me get this post pull back up that I put on Facebook, and then we'll jump into the cutting. Your boy got lazy and started sitting down. So let's talk about this harness. Your boy found 1 plug, AC plug. Cut that plug out because it just goes into this little computer that was on the outside. So basically you just gotta cut just the plug out and I guess rewire it once you redo everything. Now, me and ChatGPT still working together on the rest of these plugs, but I think I got one of the other one that plugs into the AC dryer. I think I need that plug, but I've been using ChatGPT. But anyway, so let's talk about what we're about to do as far as this transmission goes. Long story, my cousin Cars with Dez found him another T5 in the junkyard. And he basically took his transmission out, rebuilt the one in there. He still has some issues with it, so he pulled it back out, put his old one back in, and then he came to my house and tore up the T5 that he had rebuilt. Luckily, he had just pulled one out of another car at a junkyard. So he was able to take that one, being the one that he got from the junkyard, out of like a 2004 V6 Mustang. And he took the synchros, he went and got some better synchros, and that basically fixed that one. Luckily for him, he had a backup. So I said, hey, let me buy the other one. He said, hey man, this thing done. We pulled it off, man. This third gear and what is the other? He said some kind of, I don't know, it's another piece down. I can't remember what he said it was called. And he basically said that, he said, give him $100. I gave him $100. So I got that transmission, but I left it at his house because he's been in them multiple times and has learned how to rebuild them. I bought it from him, and then I just said, hey, I'm gonna just buy a complete rebuild kit for it, which he said, hey, you don't need a whole rebuild kit. You just need, I'm gonna keep working with ChatGPT. He just said, you don't need a whole complete rebuild kit. You just need third gear and the something speed thing, I think it is. I don't know. He said that's all you need. I'm kind of difficult most of the time, so I just said, nah, I said, I'm gonna just get a complete rebuild kit. I'm gonna just completely rebuild it and upgrade the gears and some stuff in it. So the plan is to change the ratio for first gear from a 335 to a 295, I think it's 295. Some of the guys said that the 335 was winding out too fast for him. I decided to go with the old ratio from the non-world class T5s. Just so, you know, I do a lot of this stuff for data because his brother has the 335 and our cars are going to be very similar other than mine having GT40P heads on it. But that'll give us the opportunity to test out that first gear difference. That's one of the things. I know some kind of little plates and stuff, reinforcement plates, and man, I'm going back in this thing with all brand new everything. So I'm hoping I can beat on this thing a little bit before it gives out on me. And I'm hoping by the time it does give out on me, y'all gonna subscribe and hit that like button, and I can just throw that T5 away, get me a TKO TKX. And we got a 331 on the stand ready to go in here. So let me do this for my new people though. So this is my 1993 Ford Mustang Foxy. It had a 4-cylinder in it. It now has a 5.0 that's going to be carbureted. The carburetor is actually sitting on. I know y'all can't see it from y'all's angle. Going to be carbureted, N41 Anderson N41 cam, and that's about it. Nothing nice, you know, intake going on it. That, I mean, that, and it's probably gonna get some nitrous. Let's just go ahead and put that out there. Probably gonna get a good bit of nitrous. We probably gonna test the limits of this. Most of the time, I think they say they crack at about 500 horses. So that's gonna be nice to tamper with. Hopefully by that time I got that 331 together. We do already have 331 parts. And let's talk about why I haven't started this car up just yet. So the reason why I haven't started it up, the bell housing clutch starter, everything is up under there. I haven't wired up anything. I haven't ran any wires back across for the starter. Nothing even, you know, of that nature. I haven't even done it. But the motor is in, motor mounts are bolted, bell housing is on, clutch, like I said, all that stuff is in. So what I'm lacking is valve cover gaskets, carburetor studs. I had a whole list in the house that I left, y'all. Water pump, thermostat housing, which those things don't stop me from starting it up. I need to order some oil for it, and it's just me. I know this is a roller motor. I know you don't have to do it, but I kind of like to prime my engines up with the oil pump. I like to prime it up. Go ahead and just have that oil there. Even though there is assembly lube in there, I still just like to, you know, have the oil there when that engine starts up. So I plan on making one of those little rods to prime up this thing, because I got the old one. I'm going with a distributor, obviously, because it's going to be carbureted. So I have the old, it wasn't a distributor, but I got two of them by mistake, because I ordered a harness from somebody, because I had all these crazy plans in the beginning. So I'm gonna take those and weld them together and make me a nice oil thing that I can put in the drill and prime it up. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. That ain't what we talking about. Like I said, if I can get just the carburetor studs, valve cover gaskets, we can start this thing up, I think, and wire the starter and a few more little wiring, little details that I need, and this thing it'll be ready to fire up. So let's jump back into this harness. Let me jump back into this harness, and I'll show y'all all three plugs at the end. That way, if you ever need to know, or somebody needs to know, you can help them. You can send them this video or whatever. So I'm gonna find these other two plugs. They say I need the high pressure and the low pressure. So I got the air compressor plug. I just need the high pressure and the low pressure, and then I'm good. I can cut everything else out. So let me find that. I'll be back with y'all in just a sec. If you're doing this with a 4-cylinder car, the only 3 plugs I pulled out, and I think I got the right 3. I know I got 2 right. The last one, I ain't sure. But this was supposed to be the low pressure plug. I don't know if this is it, but it's what I cut out. The rest of the harness is literally at the back of the car, so I'm not gonna throw anything away until I get everything wired up. But I know I got 2 of them right, but the last one, I'm not sure. Now I'm getting ready to go to the inside of the car and strip that harness and, you know, pull everything from around these 2 plugs, and that'll be it. That's all I got for y'all, man. That's all I got for y'all in this video. Just, you know, real quick update on what's going on. Still gotta order some parts. Been working on some stuff with Iron Man, trying to get it right, because it's not acting right, or not per se the engine per se. It's still a little grinding it. I had a little issue with Iron Man, if you my subscribers. But anyway, man, I appreciate y'all for tuning in to this little quick update on Foxy. PullsTv gone.